Yo, fellas, what's the plan?
Oh my George, I was seen with you, man.
Ade. Surely I come here for no stick fight, no. That done long time, since carnival.
Nah. What you talking about, boy? I know done cut and clean a calabash so they are coming on the festival.
So now, you come to help him, or?
Nah, I going on the market to get some vegetables, see that I'll start fast if you ganga there a festival now.
Wait, but the man really just right. I mean spiritual now. But end them two water festival just to help protect the environment.
Exactly.
You know, this morning I was watching the TV6 news and the sexy news reporter, what's she name?
Segoni.
Yeah, she was talking about something called the Antropocene.
Well, boy, I noticed the same thing. And she was saying something about how we live in a time many people refer to as the Anthropocene.
You know, fellas, long story short, I hear this Anthropocene thing is a geological age in which human activity, not the dogs, not the cats, and not the rats, human activity has had a dominant impact on the climate and the environment, you know.
So you mean that environmental degradation has a mean impact of the Anthropocene in the environment?
Exactly. Humans have become the most influential species on the planet, causing significant global warming to land, environment, water, organisms, and the atmosphere.
Hey, well tell me more now, man.
Well, boy, the Anthropocene has been accelerated by global warming. And I must say, urbanization has led to pollution and deforestation, which has a significant impact on the earth.
Oh, that is some main aspects of environmental degradation. And postmodernism has an effect on the environment also.
Let me put on my calabash. Come. As we can see some aspects of environmental degradation in this yard. Look over so. All you see past that palm tree there?
Yeah.
So many trees cut down, leading to soil erosion.
And watch down so. Watch by that unused part of the barracks there. You see now what smoke emanating from that factory? That smell is repulsive. We can't breathe. Nobody can live there.
Look at the current by my chase in the back there. That led to so many landslides in the last rainy season alone.
And watch down so. You see that diverted river there?
Yes.
That has led to so much flooding in the rainy season.
Don't forget, diverting rivers is also a part of environmental degradation.
Well, them man making real sense, no? But I want to find out more about how them two festivals preserving the environment.
Alright, we'll carry by Mr. Rupner. He knows real plenty about them kind of thing from different cultural and religious backgrounds.
You know, he said he was having a seminar presentation on the Anthropocene, and when he done, we gonna ask him how these two festivals is helping preserving and conserving the environment. Let me take our head down by him now, fellas.
There we go.
Alright, let me go.
Since the beginning of time, I have offered shelter to my children. No matter their crimes, I have always given and they have always taken. Everything you have is mine and everything I have is yours, yet I am forsaken. Time has come and gone, past and returned without me complaining. But now my soul is bleeding and finally crashed. My care is diminished to whisper an entire bias of pain. Can you hear my tears being splashed? I am filled with discouragement. I am the preserver and man is my destroyer, taking everything that I have given and refused to give, yet I am the creator, still unforsaken and most times forgotten. Man, you may think that you are greater, but my rage is being awakened from its hardened creator. I have been forced to suffer. You think that you are always right. If you know what is a right, when it's a fact, you do not think before you act. For you do not want to ignite the havoc that I can impact in your sight any day and any night, to make you feel attacked, provoked, and hurt, to make you realize my true worth. Hear my cries and hear my words. Otherwise, don't be surprised when you feel my wrath. When the lands are burnt, no longer my pain disguised. This can soon turn a lesson to my children. Please open your eyes. If you redeem yourselves and protect me, I will do the same. But if you continue to hurt me, we will complete the game. You need to stop causing me pain. So with your negative actions, please refrain. I am Mother Earth. I am your provider. You are my children in my humble abode. Know my worth and you will be forgiven. I am hurt by your callous actions. Help me survive. Let it be your mission. I am Mother Earth. I am Mother Earth.
So I'm happy to see other fellows, Jojo, Shifa, and Narayan. You know, when I started talking about the Anthropocene, there are a lot of people who research the Anthropocene and they were able to understand what I was saying and what I was related to. But no, there's some bright fellas. But I realized that there are some people who were sitting to the back and they didn't understand exactly what the Anthropocene is, but you all started to break it down and let them know it deals with a lot of things that they are accustomed to, probably they are part of. The water source, the land, the air, and so forth. But I'm happy while you're coming up because I was not reading up two things here, two articles. Ways of the Waste Dilemma by Yuta Godbelet. And this woman really talks about a lot of interesting stuff. You know, she talks about some of the things that I would have mentioned. I just didn't mention her name a little while ago. But she talks about, you know, how we are responsible for our own cultural practices in reducing the consumption and the production of waste. And that's what some of the things I talk about just now, right? But what you already came to see me about, because I was on my way out to do something.
So we really come to ask you about the two water festivals, Omni Omni and the Gangadhara.
Oh, but do you know that these two festivals are festivals that is held in recognition of the environment and more so to conserve and to protect the environment? You all know that?
Yes.
But do you all know that it is deeply rooted with spirituality, with religious beliefs and practices, and it is aligned specifically with ethnicity and race and all that?
No, sir.
Not really.
Sure. Well, I see you dressed for the Omni Omni Festival, and I was always tell your grandfather, Papa Chunks, to inform you and to give you knowledge on these Orisha practices and festivals. This Omni Festival that you're going to, that happens shortly, do you know that this festival is dedicated, or we pay homage to an Orisha saint, a water goddess by the name of Ushun? Hence, people go down to the water sources, particularly the seas and the river, to pay respect to Mama Ushun, who is believed to be the water source of all life, as well as the protector and the conserver of the environment. She protects and conserves the environment. Well, you know, she is known for other things too. Ushun protects women, you know, she blesses women to bring forth children. She is the deity for women particularly, but most people do not know that Ushun is associated with the environment. Hence, we have the Ushun Festival that happens in August in Trinidad. This day, a lot of Orisha people, as well as non-Orishas, visit the water source. They go to the beaches and the rivers. For example, here in Trinidad, as I know, and you might probably be going there, to Salibe Beach, where this Ushun Festival is kept. And people from all different walks of life will carry their offerings to Mama Ushun. Offerings like sweet bread, offerings like fruits, like milk, like grains. This calabash, for example, is filled with water that represents life, flowers, and a lighting candle that represents your life, your illumination. And you go and you say your prayers to the Mother of the Water, asking her to forgive you for any wrong that you may have done, and more so if you have in any way create any problems to the environment, you have polluted the environment knowingly or unknowingly, or if you have created any havoc to any flora or fauna, you ask for forgiveness. So you're asking Mama Ushun to forgive you, and more so to protect the environment. And in protecting the environment, you're ensuring that the generation to come, that they will have a clean environment as well. You know, as I had these readings in my hand, I just want to make mention to you young fellas. So I was reading up something here, and the name of this article is Engendering the Anthropocene in Oceania, Fatalism, Resilience and Resistance, written by Margaret Joly. And you know, she was paying reference to the sea, and she was saying that the sea or the water source is most vulnerable to climate change. And she's referring to the sea as a woman to some extent vulnerable to climate change. If you were to compare it as to a real woman, isn't that it is said that some women or most women are vulnerable?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And one way to make a woman vulnerable is perhaps creating a problem in her life, isn't that?
Yes.
So you young boys, if it is that you are married, you have a girlfriend, right? Or you are married in this instance, and you create problems to your wife, right? You give her problems or worries, as you would so say. Wouldn't at some point she'll become vulnerable, she'll become weak, she'll become depressed. And there are some points that she may lash out. And she may lash out by quarreling, right? Maybe, God forbid, but physically fighting. If you were to compare it to the water, which is considered to be a woman, the water becomes vulnerable through pollution, through humans like ourselves polluting and having less respect to the water sources. And one way to lash out, basically, as any woman, natural disasters in this case. Hence, we have rising the sea level, we have acid rain, we have flooding. That is how Mama Ocean would show that she is very, very upset through environmental degradation, creating disasters on the face of the earth, and so forth. Right? This is the way how she... And fellas, if it is that you treat your wives really bad, then it creates so much a problem that it's unbearable, and she becomes very sick. They may, God forbid, that she might even die. Hence, there are some water sources here in Trinidad. The waters in the rivers, they are dry. The springs are dry, so the water to some extent is dead. The flow of the water is dead. So you all understand how important it is to go down to the sea and the river and pay your respect to Mama Ocean. And when you pay respect to Mama Ocean, you're talking about these traditions that was brought through the slave trade by the European people. We're talking about movement of people and cultural identity and all this kind of thing, right? You also pay respect and they pay homage to Yamanja, which is the mother of the seas, Olokun, the father of the deep seas. So sometimes when you see these people going to these water sources to have these festivities, to pay observance and respect, sometimes there's a series of deities they are praying for the protection of the environment. And that is one of the important things that concerns the Omni Festival. But you, dress up and sing with the Khalsa, where you off to?
Sir, I off to the Gangadara first.
The Gangadaras. So you wanted to know about the Gangadara as well? You know anything about the Gangadara?
Not really, sir.
Well, the Gangadara is another festival that happens right here in Trinidad. Observance is paid to Mother Ganga, which on the Hindu or on the Indian side is this presiding deity over the water. And as you all know, water is important. Water is life. So most Hindus and even non-Hindus will visit the northern range, Blantyre on that side of Trinidad. It's believed that that particular water source has a correlation with the Ganga or the Ganges in India. It is believed that Mother Ganga herself is in that water, that her presence is there, right? She's situated there. She has taken abode. That's her domicile, that she lives in that water. And again, most people may just think that they're going to any puja to make her offering. But do you know that the main purpose of that puja, again, is to ask Mother Ganga to protect and to conserve the environment? Hence, you carry biodegradable stuff. You carry things that will dissolve into the waters, food offerings, flowers, milk. This very same Khalsa, as you would know, the leaves, the milk, all these are offerings to Ma Ganga with a light, asking her to preserve the environment. Not only the northern range, but the Trinidad in general, Trinidad and Tobago. So these festivals are very, very important for us as people who live in Trinidad. Despite our cultural background, despite our race, our religious beliefs, the Omni, the Gangadara Festival, we even have the Aripo Rivers, which I may not have time because I got to run. I have a seminar to do for the Honorable Kamala Prasad Bisesa, talking about pollution and so on. But we will talk about the rest of rivers and the rest of natural places in Trinidad that is believed to be a protective space. It's believed to be that a certain deity, a certain energy resides there to protect the environment. And in so doing, we can be happy on the face of this earth. That is very important, right? So I'm hoping that when you go to your Omni Festival and you go to the Gangadara, I'm hoping that you all don't only go to look at girls and things. You know, I mean, you all these young boys, look at do that. But I'm hoping that you all really spend some time observing what the people do, observing the relationship that it has with people, the movement, right? And as well, the significance in making the offerings and why these offerings are made to protect the environment, because knowledge is very important. Knowledge can never grow old. Knowledge empowers you. So with that said, fellas, I got to run, so
Let us.
we will pick up soon, right?
Yes,
But I hope all you enjoy this seminar on the Anthropocene. Right? I hope you all understand. I hope it was clear. Right? I have the WhatsApp group, the Anthropocene group. Any questions? Right? I have a Facebook page. Right? And I also have some very qualified people in the like environmentalists and so on, who will be given a lot of extensive knowledge on the Anthropocene, the effects of the Anthropocene, and what we can do to correct some of the ills and some of the adverse effects on the Anthropocene. All kind of things will come upon that. Mitigation, like how funding and how the government can assist, right, to reduce or remove the ill effects of the climate, or what they can do, you know. So we have a lot taking place. All right. So with that said, fellas.
Yes.